Introduce yourself is one of the most frequently and commonly asked questions in today's interviews of competitive business world that has never seemed to be more competitive ever before. And it may be even a single time opportunity for some interviewers. So, a well organized answer and bold articulated and seemingly convincing answer to this question may have a great impact on the later life of an interviewee to ensure a well-to-do and better life in future. So, what exactly should the interviewees mention in their answer to this question? And more importantly, what interviewers want to know from this question? Do they really want to know about the basic information like about himself, his education from this question? Or they want to know how eligible the interviewee is for the post for which he's being recruited or hired? Okay, so do you think of answering in a very common way and traditional way, like beginning with your name and your education, like my name is this and I graduated from this institution on this subject? Do you think it has really got to do much to secure and ensure the job and to make you different among many hundreds of the applicants? The answer is certainly not. Once in the past, it was a time when there was less severe competition and just an interviewee just could answer it anyway. But applicants or interviewees need to be more strategic in answering this question so that he or she can make herself or himself different among many other applicants. Okay, so I want to tell you and share with you how, in an innovative way, the interviewee can answer this question more strategically to enhance the chance of getting the job. Okay, the first thing is that the interviewee should be smart enough to take this as a chance to prove, not as a chance to answer. I mean, it is not just anything that you've been asked or you can answer this anyway by starting your name or education or the very basic things. You should think that, well, this is a chance where that has been given to me to prove my worth, my specialty, and how I stand out among hundreds of thousands of applicants. So it should be taken as a chance to prove, not as a chance to just answer to a question. And the next thing is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm to avail of the opportunity, job opportunity, or vacancy should be expressed from your way of talking, from your way of answering to the question. And it's always important to the interview board. They want to know how much interested you are to avail of the opportunity. And the next thing, another thing that should be kept in mind is that your confidence. Your confidence is something that always carries high importance in case of securing or guaranteeing your job. And its absence from your presentation style may totally ruin the possibility of your getting the job. And your fluency, grammatical accuracy, and your way of presentation, these things are always important and should be cared for very well when answering to this question. Educational qualification and certification are the things which should be mentioned with less focus, because these are the things which have already been mentioned in your CV or resume, and your examiner, your interviewers have already known about it, and now your CV is currently being held in their hands. They've already known about it, so there's nothing to focus very much about your education and about your certification that you've achieved, and about telling them about your name. Okay, it's very simple. I think you got what I mentioned. How you begin is very, very important because it's the first impression that you're gonna have on the interviewers. Okay, so you should just say and answer and design your answer in a way that proves that you stand out among many applicants. Okay, and it should be taken as an opportunity to prove, not as an opportunity to answer. So after we've learned and mentioned about all of these things, now we need an example. How just for example could an innovative and highly different answer to this question may look like? Well, this basically depends on the post or job for which the interviewee is being hired or recruited. So say for example, think of an interviewee who has applied for the post of sales executive to a renowned company. Now, what should the answer to this question for him look like? Let me say. With profound thanks offered to you for providing me with such a great opportunity, I would like to mention that enthusiasm to know the unknown, the attitude of taking challenges as a long-awaited opportunity, capability of working under mental pressure in our harsh and unpredictable environment with the absence of all the modern amenities of a well-decorated and furnished office, cooperative attitude that leads to making public relations are all the things that make me Salahuddin Sami, a business executive with both BBA and MBA from the University of Chittagong. Well, look, here the starting was totally different. I mentioned some intrinsic and qualities or characteristics which are possessed by me and which are directly relevant for anyone to be successful as a sales executive. And then after the very ending part, I just mentioned my graduation and post-graduation, my academic educational institution where from I graduated and post-graduated. I mentioned it as a side note. This is a very differently designed answer to this question. Well, I'm not going to tell you and suggest to you that you need to memorize what I said. No, you should try to come up with your own innovative way of making answer to this question. But this is how it may look like that I shared. So, dears, it's no more time for you to take this as an opportunity to answer to this question, introduce yourself. Do not think the interviewer wants to know how you can say and what do you want to say about your name or educational institutions. They've already known about it. So it's a chance to prove yourself different among many applicants. It's a chance to prove that you really are eligible to the post for which you applied. That's all. Thank you again.